Look, are you playing in the water? Greetings, friends!
We are here in our grow room and we have plants growing all over the place. Right behind us here we have some seed trays from our friends at Bootstrap Farmer. And if you missed it in the last video, make sure you check it out. We are doing a giveaway. We're actually doing 4 weeks of giving away free stuff from Bootstrap Farmer that you can use on your farm. So make sure you check that out so you can find out how to get some free stuff on your farm. But the reason some of these plants, the reason that these plants are in here is in this room, we use it as a germination chamber. And then as the plants get ready to go outside, we let them go outside. But right now we're in the middle of a project where we're building a nursery. It's basically a transition center from graduating our plants from once they start in here to go outside. The greenhouse that we used before for that, it's basically too small for our operation. So we're using the greenhouse for something else. But more on that in another video. You know what? The temperatures have been absolutely intense, haven't they?
Shoo-wee, yes.
And thankfully, we have air conditioning in our house now. Yeah. We talked about that a couple vlogs ago, so make sure you check that out. We got air conditioning in our yurt now, so we're very happy about that, aren't we?
Yay!
But there was one day that the temperatures were actually very, very nice outside. Do you remember that?
Yep.
And the temperatures, the high was in the 70s. It was absolutely fantastic.
It's so good we could go partying out there.
Something like that. We actually had a party where the whole team was outside working in the garden. Since it was so nice, we had a full day of working out in the garden. And Ben was here that day too.
Yep.
And the major project that we had tackled that day was pulling out some old lettuce. You know what? This lettuce had been there a little bit too long, and it actually had gotten to the point where it had bolted. So we needed to get that out fast. But before we were getting started, Ben was trying to show Josiah how to do some jumping jacks, I think.
Clap above your head. Right?
Ow!
No.
Yeah, I don't think Josiah was able to do it, did he? What happened when they were trying to do the jumping jack?
He smacked his hands like this too hard and hurt his hands.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen anybody get hurt doing jumping jacks. Hang in there, Josiah, you're gonna get them. But after the jumping jacks, we got to work, pulling out all that lettuce, old lettuce, and started preparing the bed for the next crop. Can you grab these? Pull them out. Get lower. Good job, Sayla. Can you get one, Micah? Get it. Good, yeah. Get low. Pull it out. Here, let me help you. Oh, there you go. Put it in the wheelbarrow. Put it in there. Way to go. Okay, I've talked about this before. One of the things that we do is once we crop out a crop, we usually take it and reuse the crop in some way on our farm. In the video, Why I Eat Garden Trash, I talked about that. And one of the things that we do is we take our food scraps, our cropped out plants, all the residue, and we take them to our animals to feed them. This time we took it to the ducks. And the ducks, when we took it in, it made like a mountain. It was pretty huge. It was a huge pile of just old lettuce that was It was still fresh and still good. It just wasn't able, we weren't able to use it and sell it to our customers anymore just because it bolted and it was bitter at that point. But you know what? The ducks, what happened when we put that lettuce in there?
They devoured it.
They sure did. They knocked this pile, this mountain of lettuce out.
Yes, Micah.
Mama.
As we were pulling out the old lettuce, we kept encountering something. Do you remember what that was? It was something that made us all say, ouch.
Ow!
Ouch.
Oh.
Ow. And it was actually Carolina horse nettle. Yep, that plant is pretty thorny and it hurts. So, as we were pulling out the old lettuce, a number of us just kept hitting that plant and saying,
Ouch!
and here is our sticky friend right here. It's covering you up there, Zayla.
Yes!
And we have tried all kind of ways to pull this plant out and get rid of it. Because you definitely want to get rid of it because it will take over if you let it. And that day that we were pulling out the lettuce, Lacey was even using pliers to pull it out. I like to use gloves that are padded, insulated pretty well, and then I like to grab it at the base and then try to pull it out and try to get as much of the roots as you can. You definitely want to make sure you get this plant out of your garden because it can spread really quickly. It spreads through the seeds and it also spreads through the root system. And this plant can take over your garden if you let it. And you don't want to be getting stuck every time you're trying to go harvest your produce outside from this thorny Carolina horse nettle. So if you have it in your area or something similar, make sure you get rid of it as quickly as you can. Trust me, it hurts if you keep it. Carolina horse nettle is actually a deadly nightshade and it can cause a number of negative reactions if you ingest it, such as fever, headache, nausea, and vomiting, and even death. So I would definitely avoid using this plant in any way as far as ingesting it because the thorns even tell you, stay away, stay away. However, there are some reported medicinal uses for this plant, and some even say that the Cherokee and the Native Americans used it as for medicinal purposes. However, I would not use this plant unless you have somebody who is really an expert and a professional in using the plant to try to treat yourself in any way with that. Like I said, it could be deadly because there are toxins in this plant. Well, the clock is ticking. Time is running out. The Homesteading Life Conference is just around the corner. So, hurry up and get your tickets because they might be gone. They might even be gone as I'm saying this. So, if you plan to go, make sure you get them. What will we do?
See you next time!
We're out.
There he goes again. Gravy, huh? 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 See, I did my nails all by myself. And I even did my toenails. Thanks for watching!
Feel free to leave a comment below, even if it's just to say, hey. Also, make sure you don't miss any of our new videos. So, subscribe and sign up to receive notifications each time we release a new video. Also, you may want to check out these videos right here. And also check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. See you next time.